I'd like to welcome Padma Lakshmi to Sidewalks Entertainment. Hi, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So, you're a TV host, actress, and author, and that's just a few of the titles that you hone. Um, how did you start your career in the work that you do?
Well, when I got out of college and started modeling, I traveled the world through my work and I always was interested in food. And so I got to try all the foods of these countries I was visiting. As a young person, I would have never had the resources to do that on my own. So after modeling, I went to college for theater arts and American Lit. So I was writing a lot. I was acting, and I still do a bit of acting here and there. But you know, I I just kind of have been able to forge a career with all the things that naturally interest me. I mean, I think that is the greatest gift when you get to do what you love. And I've been really lucky to have Top Chef all these years. And I'm so thankful that Hulu allowed me to make Taste the Nation because it is a labor of love. I grew up as an immigrant in this country and often didn't see people who look like me on TV. And um, Taste the Nation is really about giving my platform to those people so that they can tell their stories as they see fit.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, many of us recognize you from your work on Top Chef, and you've been a part of Top Chef for about like almost 20 seasons now. Yeah, congratulations.
Almost 19. Yeah, I know. I can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you said earlier, food is a passion for you, and so when you do what you love, I mean, the time goes by pretty fast.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
So, reflecting back, we're going to take a quick trip down memory lane. How were you brought on board to be a part of that show?
I was involved with the development of that show before, it started, and I met the people involved, and I had pitched another show to them, but they were working on this one already. It was another food show, and they said, "Would you like to be involved in this?" And I said, "Sure." But they didn't know when they were going to shoot yet. And then I went off to do a movie. I did a movie called Sharp's Challenge with Sean Bean for British television, and I couldn't do the first season. And they didn't want to wait till I got out of my movie, so they came back to me on the second season and said, "Are you free now?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And I've been with the show ever since season two.
That is so awesome. And now, Taste the Nation with Padma Lakshmi, streaming on Hulu. In all honesty, I have so many questions, but I had to narrow it down to just a few. And why don't we go ahead and start off with how do you choose what type of cuisine and which city that you'll visit for each episode?
Well, the show is all about immigrants and indigenous people in this country. So we look at this large issue of immigration, which is so integral to the formation of our modern republic, America, but also it's very important in the continued success as a superpower of the United States. So, usually there's a particular story I want to tell. So, for instance, we go to Lowell, Massachusetts to talk to Cambodians because that's my answer to people who say that, immigrants or refugee or asylum seekers just drain our economy and take our jobs. Well, the Cambodians totally revitalized Lowell, Massachusetts. It was really going through a lot of hard times. In one generation, they even cleaned up the river. We go to Daly City to talk to the Filipino community there. I grew up with a ton of Filipino friends in high school, and it's a community that I feel a great kinship with and know very well. But I had never had a chance to do anything professionally with that community. And so I learned how to carve a pig's head.
Oh
You
my
can see it
gosh.
all. You can see it all.
Lechon!
We make sisig. And I love Filipino culture. I made halo halo at Cafe 86. I had kare kare at Kellogg's with this wonderful academic called James Sarza Diaz. I went to Sarap Shop and had a sampler platter there. Oh my God, I went to Abaca to have a really high-end meal. That's who James taught me how to make uh, make sisig and carve this pig's head, and told me the story behind it. Sorry, James is Starza Diaz. It's Francis and Diane. Francis is the chef at Abaca, and he was so funny. In the trailer, we actually feature him. He's hilarious. And I love Filipino culture, and we wanted to look at colonial mentality in that episode. We also talked to this wonderful Filipino rapper called Ruby Ibarra. And so, there's something for everybody. Like I said, we go to see Nigerians in Houston. There's a huge community there. We go to the Afghan community in DC. We go to Appalachia. We talk to Cherokee tribes people. And I learn something new every day on this show.
So just on a side note, I'm Filipina, and
Oh, okay,
I
great.
love hearing how much you love our Filipino culture and the food and everything you just said. Wow, sisig, lechon. Wow, I'm so hungry right now.
Well, I hope you love the episode. You have to see it.
Yeah, well, it's in San Francisco. You're in San Francisco too. Ube in the Bay. I love that. Ube in the Bay. Was that your idea?
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember. We sort of spitball the titles of the shows, we try to go around, we like do word puns and stuff. And I don't know if I came up with that one. I don't think so. I think one of my producers probably came up with that one. But I love this show because if you're an immigrant, if you're anybody who feels like an outsider, this show is for you, whether you like food or not. But if you like food and if you're a foodie, then this show is for you too. And I always wanted a show like this to exist, and it was so hard to get this show made. And I'm so thankful to Hulu and Disney, who allowed me to make this show, who saw fit to give me creative reign and do as I wanted, because I love history. I love local history and local culture. And this show is like an amalgamation of all the things that interest me. And again, I think it's a real privilege when you get to do what you love for a living.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I'm very much looking forward to watching more because, like you said, not only do you learn about the food, but you also learn about different parts of America and the history behind it. So, thank you so much for that.
Gosh, my pleasure.
So, sadly, we are out of time, but I just wanted to say on a side note, I love your TikTok videos. Keep them coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, apart from all of your work on TV and everything, I love your TikTok videos.
Oh, thank you so much. You guys can catch me on Instagram or TikTok or whatever at Padma Lakshmi
Yeah.
too.
Well, sadly, we are out of time, but again, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today.
My pleasure. Take care. Thank you.
Everyone, be sure to watch Padma Lakshmi in the series Taste the Nation with Padma Lakshmi, now streaming on Hulu.
For more full-length celebrity interviews, visit us at sidewalkstv.com, our YouTube channel, and don't forget to follow us on social media.